June 1942. The Imperial Japanese Navy advances toward Midway Atoll, confident after months of victories. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto intends to lure the U.S. fleet into decisive battle. 4 carriers spearhead the strike force across the Pacific. On deck, Zero fighters and bombers are armed and fueled. Crews move with rehearsed precision. At Station Hypo in Hawaii, American codebreakers identify Midway as the target. Admiral Chester Nimitz prepares an ambush. 3 U.S. carriers position themselves northeast of the island, outside Japanese reconnaissance range, outnumbered but waiting. At dawn, the Japanese launch their first wave toward Midway. Deck crews line the carriers, saluting as aircraft roll forward, engines roar. The strike force disappears into the sky, unaware the Americans are already waiting. The attack finds the American carriers. Bombs fall across the decks. Smoke rises from damaged ships, yet the flight crews keep working, clearing wreckage and preparing their own aircraft for launch. Then American dive bombers appear high above the fleet. In a matter of minutes, Akagi, Kaga, and Soryu are struck. Fuel and armed aircraft ignite. What had been the core of Japan's carrier power becomes a field of burning steel. The American ambush now reveals its full design. The surviving ships attempt to regroup. Smoke trails across the Pacific as the remaining carrier Hiryu fights back, before she too is located and fatally hit. By the end of the battle, 4 Japanese fleet carriers lie sinking or abandoned. The balance of naval power in the Pacific shifts permanently. Japan's naval superiority in the Pacific is irreversibly damaged. From this point forward, the strategic initiative passes to the United States.